Hello everyone, my name is Tiffany and this is my channel, Who's Your Handmade. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Today's video is finally another hashtag Friday Sews. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by today. And if you're already a friend of mine, welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your support of my channel. And above all, thank you for your friendship. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. I am back today with a catch-up Friday Sews. I hope that we can take a few minutes here and catch up with one another. I would love to hear from you down below in the comment section. Let me know what you're sewing, what are you working on. I did a video on Tuesday. I had a Hobby Lobby haul. I kind of snuck back into the Tuesday routine there with a video. And you guys were just absolutely amazing. You watched it, whether it was interesting or not. You left amazing comments. My goodness, you guys, just your kindness spoke to my heart so much. You gave me so much encouragement, and I was just so encouraged to get back into making these videos. It really was so amazing. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to comment. Maybe those 3 or 4 little lines did not mean a ton to you, but they absolutely meant the world to me. So let's get into a hashtag Friday Sews video. Before we start in with what I've been sewing, what am I wearing today? Y'all, this is the outfit of summer. If I could choose an outfit that I've been wearing all summer long that has been so cool and just so comfortable, it's this one. This is the Styla Parker. I made a mommy and me matching set for Addie and I last year. I'll pop up some pictures here. And we have just been wearing these a ton. The dress was a little bit big on Addie last year, thankfully. So she has fit into it again this year, and we've just been, matching, wearing it so much. It's very comfortable. This Styla Parker dress is very relaxed. It is very full, has lots of tiers, and does not cling to the body. This is a polyester fabric. This is a knit fabric that I got from Millie Mae Fabrics, but it's very breathable for polyester. It is very cool to wear out into this Indiana summer. So this is what I'm wearing today. This is not a green screen behind you. This is my real front yard. So I'm sharing a little bit of beautiful Indiana countryside with you. Our summer has been so much fun. We've been having a great time, and I will update you on life here in a little bit. Where in the world have I been? And I want to share some projects with you and some that I have coming up. So let's get into the sewing. I will be completely honest with you and tell you that life has stolen my sojo a bit. I really have not been up in my sewing room much in a month. Wow, that's embarrassing to say. It's disappointing for myself. My mom has actually been using my sewing room up here more than I have. That's just the cold hard truth. But I did get up here last weekend, and I spent 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 afternoons, like when the kiddo was down for a snooze, and I cleaned up my space. It had gotten very cluttered with things that I was just shoving around. So I cleaned up my cutting table and I'm looking at it right now, sorry. It does look very nice, much nicer than it did. And that kind of sparked some interest in sewing. So I did get a few things sewn over the weekend. Let's start with this one. This is a project for Addie June. On Tuesday, like I said, I did a video from a few things that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. This fabric was one of those things. If you remember in that video, I talked about Addie having plans, and she did indeed have inspiration and plans for me right there in the store. She wanted a nightgown set for her and her baby doll. She has a American Girl bitty baby, and she wanted to make matching outfits for those. So this is the Dakota Dolman from Peekaboo Patterns. This is one of my, no. Let's rephrase that. This is my favorite dress pattern of any children's dress pattern ever. It is so easy, and that's why I chose it. This is not a nightgown pattern. It's a Dolman style dress that I have made for her in probably the 4th traced off size now. I had to trace the size 6 for her with this one, and I think we're at the 4th set of traced off patterns at this point. So I've used it over and over again, and my goodness, this kid's gonna keep using this pattern because it is so wonderful. Now, like I said, it's not a nightgown, and I chose it because I purchased some ready-to-wear nightgowns for Addie from, it's kind of like a TJ Maxx or a Marshall's. Anyway, I picked up some little nightgowns for her, and they were very basic. They had a Dolman style sleeve. They just had a neckband. They were very, very basic. And so that's what I based this off of. I looked for one of my dress patterns. I actually tried looking for a nightgown pattern, but even the Ellie and Mac nightgown from the Grow With Me PJs, that was just too much. I didn't want all that. So very basic, just a front and a back and a neckband. And you know what? Don't come for me, sewing police, but I did not even hem. I did not hem the sleeves or the bottom dress line at all. I kept it very simple, very soft for Addie, and she will hardly take it off. That's the point we're at right now. That is the honest truth. She does not want to change her clothes. She wants to stay in this little nightgown all the time. I had to take it off of her here to wash it. So this is the Dakota Dolman that I made for Addie. Now that put me into a conundrum because I was trying to find a little baby doll pattern that mimicked Addie's dress very closely for her baby doll. And honestly, I do not have very many baby doll patterns. The Bitty Baby is a 15-inch doll. There's not very many 15-inch patterns that I have purchased anyway. A lot of them tend to go toward the 18-inch American Girl doll, which is like the bigger one. So I was looking through my patterns. I was looking online for free patterns, and I got to thinking, if I want an exact copy of Addie's dress, maybe I should just try to make an exact copy of Addie's dress. So what I did, and we're going to talk about the end result, but what I went with, the strategy that I went with, was to go back to the Dakota Dolman pattern. The smallest size is a newborn. I knew that would be probably too big for a Bitty Baby. So I went onto my printer. When I pulled it up to print, I scaled it down on the size. I printed it at 90% instead of 100. And I went with that. So here's the tiny little pattern. This is the 90% scale pattern that I made. And then I made a tiny little version of this nightgown. Look at this, you guys. Look how tiny it is. It is so little and so sweet. Now, trying it on Addie's Bitty Baby, it does not exactly work for what I was going for. The neckline here is too big for a Bitty Baby. If you have sewn doll clothes before, you'll know that a lot of the time on the shirts or dresses, they have a line of Velcro in the back for a tighter fit. I think that's so it can fit a little tighter at the neckline. So technically I could cut this down the back, take some width out, and try to cinch it in a little bit more around her neck. However, my child is so happy. My kiddo does not care that it does not fit exactly right there at her little baby doll's neckline. It's not bothering her a bit. The little baby doll has been in this thing since I made it last weekend, and she's just happy as a lark. So I'm not going to go to the extra effort on this one. I'm going to count it as a win. Addie has counted it as a win, and I will definitely pop up pictures of her and her baby doll at the end of the video. This was a confidence booster. This was a endorphin booster for the weekend. It just made me so happy, and it really put a lot of wind into my sails as far as sewing goes. Like I said, I've been in kind of a rut and kind of lost my direction, but this was just So much fun. And this required some thinking. So if you think that sewing is not working your brain, think again. It's definitely giving you some brain workouts as well. So that's what I made last weekend. Now for coming up projects, I do want to make something for myself. I would love to make another one of these dresses. Like I said, it's the dress of summer. It's so breezy and comfortable. I'm not quite there yet mentally, I don't think, to make a whole tiered dress. So I want to kind of tiptoe into some projects for me. I pulled this project out of my printed patterns. This is the Peekaboo Patterns oversized tee. I just like the look of it. It looks very relaxed, very comfortable. I would make this version, but yet make sure it's long enough here because it kind of looks pretty cropped there. So I'd probably add some length in there, but I do want to make this, and I pulled out a couple fabrics as options. This one, both from Joann's. These are both from Joann's. Talk about making you miss Joann's all over again. Just going through my fabric stash has made me miss Joann's, but this is a really pretty jersey knit from Joann's. I liked those Papa Daisies. I don't think I have enough of this. I could be wrong. I'm not real sure how much that pattern takes. I think I only have about 1.5 yards of that, but I do have more of this one, and I do like the looks of this one, kind of a chambray style. It's not a chambray fabric, it's jersey knit, very soft, but it kind of looks like chambray. So this one, I do have quite a bit of it, probably a little over 2 yards of this one. So maybe we'll get a comfortable, easy t-shirt for me made with this Peekaboo Patterns pattern. I do have a sewing retreat coming up next weekend that I'm very excited about. It's kind of slipped up on me, so I need to get to planning some of my projects, some things that are on top of my head to take. I love to take little pairs of undies for Addie. They're very easy to sew, and I can just sit there at my normal machine and sew them while I'm chatting with people. Brainless, I do not have to think about that, and Addie loves those little undies that I make her, the Little Lizard King Castella. I love to make those, so I'll probably take some of those already cut out, hopefully, and ready to go. I also have a quilt that my mother has found in my sewing room. Is it bad? Is it bad when mom's just nosing around the stuff in the sewing room and she finds an entire finished quilt? So she did find a quilt. It's called Off to the Races. I think it's technically Off to the Races 2. This is a Jenny Doan Missouri Star quilt pattern that I did several years ago. Maybe 5 years ago. It was a very easy pattern. You use one package of 2.5-inch strips or a jelly roll if you buy it pre-cut. And you just sew this really cute little quilt. So I'll put a picture of what it looks like there. Mom laid it out on the floor to measure it and everything. So mom's gonna quilt it for me. Mom is doing amazing on her new Bernina long arm. So I need to get mom up here to make a video because she has been enjoying retirement so much and getting all kinds of beautiful quilts quilted on her machine, and she does a wonderful job. It's no surprise to us that she does a wonderful job. My mom is very meticulous, and she can do a lot of wonderful things on that machine. So she's doing a great job, and she's loving it as well. And I love it because I have a personal quilter now, so she's gonna quilt that for me. All that to say that I put binding. I need to make binding for that quilt, so I'm gonna put that on my list of things to do there at Quilt Retreat. I've also been wanting to make a library bag. I end up just grabbing a reusable bag from like TJ Maxx or something to take to the library, and it's so crinkly. I don't know if it's because I use my bags all the time at Walmart and grocery stores and I'm getting some wear on them. Maybe that's why they crinkle so much, but it's so loud in a library. So I would love to make myself a library bag. So I might be able to prep something for that to take next week. I do love the free tote pattern from Ellie and Mac. It's called the Tote to Go. I've made it several times. I think I've made that bag 4 times at least. It is a very simple project and it would be a fun one for quilt retreat. So we'll see about all of these projects and what I actually take with me to sewing. Before I move on, I think I did forget to say that the Dakota Dolman dress is a free pattern from Peekaboo Patterns if you join their email or their Facebook group and get the code. It's $5 if you just look it up online, but you can get it for free. Actually, and I will link a video down below. I did a whole video around a So Frugal time, I believe, a couple years ago about Peekaboo Patterns and their free patterns. They have so many of them. So I'll link that video down below for you if you have not seen that. Get this pattern, y'all. Get it. If you have a child that loves dresses in your life, I think the sizing might go up to size 12 or 14. I'm not real sure about how far it goes up to, but you need this pattern. It's free and it is so much fun. Okay. There's my advertisement for Peekaboo Patterns. I did place a Waywack order. Waywack, am I saying it right? Wallwack. I don't know. I never know. I never know what's right. Anyway, I placed an order with that company and it was supposed to come today. And as I record this in the evening, early evening here, it's not here yet. So I don't think it's going to get here today. But when I do get that order from Wawak, I will share what goodies that I picked up from there. They're a good resource now for your sewing notions, your thread, that kind of thing. They do sell Gutermann. So if you're looking for a place to buy the thread companies that you used to buy from Joann's, they are a good one. I'll link their website down below for you. Okay, life. What in the world has been going on? Honestly, I don't have a lot to tell you. It's just been very busy and it's just gotten in the way of doing the hobby of sewing. I just have not had time to come up here to my sewing room and create. I haven't had the mental capacity to think about what I would like to create up here, think about outfits, think about patterns, think about fabric. I just have not had time or mental capacity to devote to that. And sometimes life does get in the way and I hate that, but it's life, right? So work was definitely one of my biggest struggles, very stressful. The situation that I've been put in this year, I got a lot of added responsibilities. I was working with some people that had different personalities than mine. So we've decided to make some changes. And the biggest one is transitioning from full-time to part-time at my job. And it was a big decision. It was a huge decision. You know, life comes with lots of things that you need to pay for and be able to afford. And it was a big decision that Josh and I had to pray a lot about, budget a lot about, look at every aspect of our life and see if we can make it work. And the Lord has led us. He's provided for us time and time again. And so I will be transitioning to part-time. I actually started this week. So I don't know if it's a real thing, but I can feel physically lighter. I can feel like a weight has been lifted off me. I will also be transitioning to a different group at work. I'm doing some different work and working with some new people. So it's a time of change. Life does bring changes. And this is a good change. This is going to be a really great change. So hopefully with being home a couple more days a week, I'll be able to sneak up here to my sewing room and use it as an oasis and use it as some time to get back into sewing and making videos and doing the things that bring me joy. As far as everyone in my family, we're all doing great. Everyone is doing fine. My health has evened back out, went to the doctor, discussed some things. So we're doing some strategies and we're all doing great. So health-wise, we're doing good. And now we're on the right track with work. Work-life balance is so important. And it's not something that I ever thought about or prioritized. I just, I need to go to the job and make the paycheck and do the thing and afford all this. So it's definitely been a switch. It's been a switch to putting myself first, my family first, and trying to reevaluate what's important in life and prioritize it. So might be a little bit of a change with what I buy, how much I spend. Obviously going to be trying to budget a little bit more and watch the pennies a little bit more, but thankfully I have a very large stash of fabric and patterns it's gonna keep me sewing for years and years, so that is the good thing. Before I go, and I have been quite chatty today, sorry about that, I really did, I guess, want to catch up with you all. I want to share some channels that have been so wonderful this week. I have been motivated to get back onto YouTube and start watching more YouTube videos, and these channels that I want to highlight today were just amazing videos, people who are taking time to sit and chat with you and then do all the editing and the publishing and all that kind of a thing. So let me just give some shout outs. If you do not recognize these people, and I can't imagine that you don't, but if you don't, go check out their channels. I'm gonna link them all down below. Go watch their videos, give them a like, give them a subscribe, follow along with their sewing journey as well. The first one is Carole from Sew Carole. She puts out such wonderful videos. I watched her Fabric Wheel of Fate video this week, and that was just so much fun. My goodness, what she made was just absolutely gorgeous. So go check out that video for sure. Zelda from Zelda Sews, she had a wonderful video on Tuesday. She is so happy. She's just so happy. And I love the scripture that she gives at the end of every one of her videos. You know where her happiness is coming from. If you know, you know. Nancy from Running with Scissors. I loved Nancy's reveal as well for her Fabric Wheel of Fate. She's doing a little different twist on her fabric wheel, so definitely go check out her channel. That was such a fun video, and her make is beautiful. Spoiler there, it is beautiful, so go check it out. Becky from Go So Beautiful. I love Becky. Her voice is so soft and soothing, and her video was just so much fun. She saved a make, and that turned out gorgeous. Go check out the video. Go check out Becky, what she did with one of her makes. Perfect. It looks so good on her. So definitely check out Becky's channel. And then I've loved her from the very beginning, Joy from Joy Bernhardt. There's just something so much fun about going into Joy's sewing room with her, seeing what she's sewing, listening to her chats. I love it. It really does spark inspiration and just makes me want to get into my sewing room and get to sewing. So thank you so much to all of these sewists. I might just highlight some sewists every #FridaySews, get some more people out there and just tell them thank you for all of the effort that they put into their video to inspire us more towards our love of sewing. Okay, so coming up on the channel, I do want to do a mommy and me reveal and kind of review on a couple dresses that I did sew here over the summer. I don't think I've revealed those to you. Let's just say I have mixed feelings. We'll leave it at that. So hopefully that'll be coming up on the channel soon. I'll be talking more about my sewing retreat and sharing more about that as well. Hopefully I'll be getting into my Tuesday, Friday routine. We're hoping for that. So thank you so much for sticking around. My goodness, this is a long one. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. And leave a comment down below. Let me know what you're going to be sewing. What are you going to be doing this weekend? I would love to chat with you down below in the comment section. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.